keep my weight.
So I'm here with Lawrence August. We're at the, what's the name of this place?
Pidones.
And it's right near the, what place are we going to?
It's at the beach house, near the beach house Hermosa, for the National Operation Tone Up Fittest School Challenge. We're here, Mr. Tone is here, Mr. Tone, and we are at Pidones. It's Pidones, it's Pidones.
And we're waiting for a pizza, as one can expect from such a name. Now, while we were here, we experienced an extraordinary synchronicity. Can you explain for the at-home viewers what that synchronicity was?
Oh, well, it was kind of interesting. You're talking about the Houston synchronicity? Because there's been a few tonight.
An 818?
Yeah, an 818 as well. I was looking at my phone, and I had when it shows a little red message when somebody read your text, and my girlfriend read my text at 818. Anybody that knows me knows 818 that's my number.
And when we left your place, 818 was...
Yes, and when we were leaving on this journey, a truck was parking in front of us, and the last three digits of the license plate were 818. And then, to a little cherry on top of it, I looked up and I heard the commentator on the TV say, Houston's the winner. And I said, oh, that's interesting, because my girlfriend is in Houston, and she is the winner. And they just won the game. And then some guys at the counter at this bar that we're sitting at started talking about Houston, not just the basketball team, but they started talking about the city. Pretty interesting.
And then when we were at your place earlier, there's another extraordinary synchronicity that happened seconds after I talked about how much I appreciate hanging out with you, because we love the synchronicities. We talk about them and they keep germinating. What was that crazy one that happened that it nearly exploded my brain?
Well, this is a really weird one because this is multi-layered, because this is an instance where I was explaining a synchronicity to Kurt, and then while I was explaining it to him, a synchronicity was happening. Yeah. So we sort of got a double layer whammo there. So my friend Saida Joffrey, she's a radio host for KCAL Radio, and years ago she gave me a little shout out on the radio, and I thought that was really sweet. And out of the blue, I just felt like sending my girlfriend a link to that shout out. I have a SoundCloud link that has that audio recording. So I sent that to her, and a little bit after that, I had a missed call on my phone, and I didn't recognize the number. And later I checked the voicemail, and it was Saida Joffrey. Very, very weird. I haven't talked to her in years. She was calling me today. And, just after I had already sent off a clip with her voice. Now, so I was going into explaining this to Kurt in my kitchen. And I was pulling up my phone because I wanted him to see the email and the SoundCloud thing. So I'm holding my phone up to him. As I hold my phone up to him, Saida texts me. So her name pops up on my screen, on my phone, as I'm talking about her. And then it was funny because the recording was playing with her voice, and she said, Lawrence August, and she said my name. And then as she was saying the name on the recording, another text came in from her saying how a friend of hers didn't believe that the name Lawrence August was real. So we were reading the name Lawrence August while we were hearing her say Lawrence August. It was extraordinary. Kurt was like a Tasmanian devil, whirly and dervishy all over my guest house. It was really fun.
Oh, God. See, folks, the synchronicities, things like this, epiphanies, they are the cheapest thrill. I would say save your money and invest more in synchronicities. Invest more in the excitement and the magic of life, because holy moly, it's just the best thing ever, isn't it? Especially when you get a synchronicity within a synchronicity. It's like you're caught within the fractal of the whole thing. It seems like.
Yeah, it seems like it. It seems like when you celebrate them, they happen more. And then when you celebrate them with somebody celebrating them, they stack on top of each other.
Yeah.
Sort of like, it's like a Faraday cage or whatever they call that or something.
Yeah.
It's like
brother of the Gordian knot.
Well, it's sort of like it is. It's sort of like when back when they had a rabbit ear antennae for a television, you take some little foil a little aluminum foil, stick that foil on the end there, twist it up nice. All of a sudden, everything is ping, 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 ping. It's like, they can say what they want.
Oh my God.
Awesome.
You guys need paper plates or?
Actually, that would be great.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you for thinking of that.
Pizza's here. So the challenge has ended. We're here in the room. Kids have won trophies. Everybody's excited. Everybody's happy. And so Mr. Tone, let me just get some words of wisdom from you. How'd you feel the event went?
It was incredible. It was the best ever. There was a tie never seen before. The energy, the drama, and to make a TV series.
It was intense, wasn't it?
Very intense. It was
I
incredible.
mean, this whole thing could be its own reality show if you think about it.
Total
Right?
reality.
Following the kids around, all the knowledge these kids knew. Holy moly.
It was incredible. It's intense, and yeah.
You were asking them some deep questions there about nutrients and all kinds of stuff.
This is a motion movie. Yes. It was very intense because the kids know their nutrients. It's all about knowing nutrients. What are they? What do they do? How do you find on a label? Right? In conjunction with regular exercise. And we saw today what health looks like. It's incredible. It's both sides of the coin. Nutrition, exercise.
And that one girl did 80 push-ups.
I want to challenge her.
Oh, yeah. That was incredible. Lawrence, how do you feel it went today?
It went amazing. It was, rematch. There was a tiebreaker, push-up challenge at the end. It was insane. It was really high drama.
How many people do you think were here today?
I don't know, what do we have, 100 or something? I don't know.
Yeah, 100,000? I couldn't believe we filled this room with so many people.
Something like that. Yeah.
Well, you heard it here, folks. Check out Operation Tone Up. You can go to operationtoneup.com and check this out. There's a whole evolution of things going on. I mean, they got these schools with these kids. I mean, these kids are excited about working out. These kids are just happy about exercising, learning about these nutrients. So were you the only judge, or were you one of the few judges?
I was one of few.
Yeah. How'd you feel it went?
I thought it was awesome. I mean, I'm so amazed at how well the kids verbalize their feelings about enjoying this program.
Oh, and I love when they won, how they were saying, "Oh, it wasn't me, it wasn't them, it was my whole team."
Good
oh God, it
examples.
makes me want to cry.
Awesome.
Just think about that again.
Yeah, it's
the fact that they love that cooperation.
Those are the kids of the future.
Was it tricky for you to judge this?
It was very hard. They were so close, and I was amazed by their form. I was just blown away with how well they did. So it's always impressive each year. So
And I love the fact that these kids, they're the future of America. They're going to go off and they're going to be training
And they're
all
good
these
sports.
other kids about
They're good sports.
They're wonderful
So I
sports.
hope that is the big thing about life. Be a good sport about it.
Oh,
right?
yeah, and to the other team, too.
Oh, yeah, it's encouraging. Very nice.
Nobody's was out to rip each other's head off. They were all there for hey, we're in it together.
Adults could learn from that.
They really could. I think it'd make a wonderful reality show.
You've got a great idea. Wouldn't that be a great
We've never seen anything like that
experience?
before.
You know what? It would teach everybody how we should be acting.
Oh my God.
Good question.
It was so much fun. How'd you feel it went today?
Beg your pardon?
How did you feel it went today? You're on my podcast.
I'm on your broadcast.
My broadcast.
I thought it was great, the whole thing.
Oh, good. Oh, good. Well, there you have it, folks. Here's a little sound of it.
You got a test at school and now you wanna make improvement. Let's do it, we can turn it up.
That's playing off a laptop. Now that laptop is connected to a projector and the speakers. So all that was coming out. The laptop was hooked up to a projector which showed videos that the kids were, they split them up into two teams, and on either side of the room, so they were watching the video, exercising like mad. I mean, this whole 20 minutes, these kids were going and going and going. I thought it was hilarious to watch the teachers. Oh, what were your thoughts about seeing this whole event unfold? Have you seen this? Were you here last year?
No. It's my first time seeing it, and I think it was the coolest thing ever.
Wasn't it amazing to see these kids with like so much knowledge about
Definitely
nutrients and all
involved.
this stuff?
Very involved, and it's good knowledge for them to have, actually.
They were good sports, right?
Yes, very much so. Yeah. Good sports.
Were you getting tired watching them exercise? I was.
I wanted to actually join in.
Yeah. I'm like, oh my God, I'm
I
getting
need my
exhausted.
workout.
What was it like watching the teachers try to keep up with them?
It's a little embarrassing that we can't keep up.
Yeah, I saw them out there like just like sweating bullets and just go, oh my gosh, I can't believe we just keep going. But the kids were just going deeper and deeper into it, right?
The little girl that actually did the 30 push-ups was very impressive. Amazing. That was wonderful to see.
God, and I love the sportsmanship too. What are your thoughts about the sportsmanship that went on there? Everybody was cooperative. They appreciated each other's teams.
It was adult-like. It was very respectful. It's better than professional sports. These kids had respect for one another, and they gave their hearts. And what can they say? That's what we're supposed to be. Love it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So check out OperationToneUp.com. Check it all out. There's a YouTube channel. You can see all the news. You can see how it's enlightened all these kids, all their lives, their parents. I mean, it's crazy. It's astounding. I saw you out there with your push-ups. So, what's your name, Miss?
My name is Mrs. Mitchell, Patty Mitchell.
Now, are you a PE teacher or?
I am the PE teacher of this wonderful group.
How did you end up coming across Operation Tone Up? How did that happen?
About 12 years ago, Tony and I met, and he had his program, and I've been doing it ever since at a number of different schools. So
So all those years you continued it.
Yes, I've been kind of cluing him in, telling him what he had to do to make the program better.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's.
Now, have you been in contact with any of your former students to see if they've kept up this workout stuff?
I have. They come, students come back and they remember Operation Tone Up, and I see them at the gym because I'm an old teacher, so they're adults now, and I see them at the gym and they're still working out, so it's a great thing.
Do they spout off like the nutrition facts? Like if they see you eating a candy bar or something, like, what are you doing?
All these kids that remind you, and tell me what they ate for lunch and stuff like that. It's pretty interesting. They tell you what's going on.
I think this is fascinating. Is it exciting to see kids excited about working out? Because that's one of the big things I know an issue for me growing up. Last thing I want to do is run laps or push-ups or anything.
It is, and I don't think kids really understand what a workout is until they do something like this. I'm a PE teacher. I teach games and sports, but this is probably the best program because they learn exactly what a workout is.
Well, yeah, and it shows them that it's fun. It could be a game.
Well, and they're doing it with their friends, and that's what's fun about it.
And kind of challenging each other, huh?
Oh, yeah, and they do that, too. But the great thing about the program is it's athletes are going against just kids that, probably don't participate in athletes or in athletics, and they are even Steven or even better than the athlete. Wow. Because they put out. It's an even field. Exercise is very personal, and it evens everything out.
Wow, that's so exciting. That is so cool, especially with the. Have you gone on the website,
Yes.
Knowledge Island?
We have, and I have a number of different kids that have been building their raft or their boat to get off Knowledge Island.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
So it's really cool. The website is amazing. It is. One more step up.
Oh yeah.
Mr. Tony has done an exceptional job with this program. 12 years ago, it was do 30 seconds of jumping jacks, and there was no music. Now it's on the website.
Music is a big deal, huh?
Oh, it is. It's fantastic.
Gosh, that's exciting. Do you mind if I ask you two a couple questions really quick? So what's it like to have so much knowledge now about nutrition, to be able to look at you know, you go with your parents grocery shopping or something, you go, okay, I know what's in this, I know what's in that. What's that like to be able to have that knowledge right on the tip of your tongue?
It makes me feel smarter and be aware of what food I eat.
Now, do you have any brothers or sisters that you teach this to?
I have one brother.
Now, do you go on the Knowledge Island website and check it out and everything?
Yeah.
Does your brother do it with you?
No.
How old is your brother?
He's 12.
Oh, okay. So he's kind of older. He's like, no, man, what are you doing?
Her brother went through the program.
Oh, he did.
But they didn't have the website when he went through. That this is new. So I taught her brother also.
Incredible.
So he went through the program just like she did. And I know he knew all of it too, but he is pretty cool. So
that's cool. So has he seen the website? Has he seen Knowledge Island?
Yeah.
So do you ever like share stories of when you're both going through the program? Does he ever tell you like, oh my gosh, I couldn't believe it. I started out doing 10 push-ups and by the end of it I did like 40 push-ups. Like, are there any stories that you two share with each other about that?
Not really.
No, not really. And what are your thoughts about it? Because you guys all did so awesome today. What does it feel like to have this knowledge, to know about all this nutrition, about all these facts that so many adults don't even know about? I don't know about most of this stuff.
It's good because, I can choose and I can look at the nutrition facts label so I know what's in my food. And if it's not healthy, then I won't eat it. And if it's healthy, then I will eat it.
God, that is so exciting. Now, do you feel that with this program, I'll ask you first and then I want to hear your answer. Do you feel that having the music and all that, do you feel that inspires you to work out and to exercise?
Yes.
Is it a big helpful factor? Do you think that that's like a main reason why it gets you pumped up and ready to do it?
Yes, very.
Oh my gosh, what a great lesson that is. What about you? Do you think the music is important?
Yes.
She's talking to you.
Do you feel that your attitude towards exercising and stuff like that changed once you took the program?
Yes.
Now, do you view it more as kind of a playful, kind of a game?
Yeah.
I would think so too if I were your age. They'd be like, wow, how many points can I score, right? Now, on Knowledge Island, I know that there's a journal on there, right?
Yeah.
Now, are you... I asked you right when you took a sip. Okay, are you... Because I know that they do a drag and drop. Have you seen the drag and drop workout thing on there?
No.
Okay, there's a certain area where you can kind of put together your own workout.
I think I showed you, but I don't know if they have used it. I kind of showed the team how to do that so they could personalize their own workout. But I don't know if anybody's done it.
Oh, gosh.
That's a wonderful part of that, too. He has expanded the programs so much. That Catch a Wave, that's what these kids love. They love going through all the questions and trying to score points and beat other people on that.
Wow, that's so exciting. And what school are you from again?
Moon Mountain Elementary School in Phoenix, Arizona.
Gosh, you traveled a far distance to come out here. I know you got to order your food. I got to order my food. It was great talking to you. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys.
Things that we talk about. Well, the key is that where the program is at in this stage of life, it's a great time where you can get at them young enough to change their habits. If you go a little older, it's a little too late, and a little younger for some of the comprehension and some of the things that we're trying to do. So we found that the sweet spot was this age group. However, moving forward, we're definitely going to skew younger, and we're going to develop something for an even younger age. And that'll be a lot of that'll be done on Knowledge Island and through video series and things that younger ones can watch. And then also a mentorship program where we have the 6th graders, maybe even 7th graders, where that can offshoot into summer camp type things, where you kind of have a mentorship program too. People that have been through it and they can actually kind of act as coaches. And then, just continuing to build on that. More live events, kids obstacle courses, things like that. It's going to be a lot more fleshed out in the coming 2-3 years. Yeah. So, just kind of getting the family involved more. But what we've really liked about the program is, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, but it seems like the kids are so empowered that they want to tell their parents and help each other. They don't feel like it's being forced down on them. They're given the information they need to just make better choices, and that's what it's always been about. Not telling them that you have to eat this or have to eat that, just saying this is what these nutrients do, and this is, if you want this outcome, you have to do it, this way. And it's been, I think, the key to the success of it. Yeah. What do you guys think about it? We're doing a podcast right now.
Oh, yeah. I saw you out there taking a lot of video and photos and stuff. Now,
yeah, my daughter's in.
Now, did you come out from Arizona?
No, we come out of El Monte.
Oh, gotcha.
We won the tournament out there, coming out here to Hermosa. Our daughter is in the group. We're very proud of her. It's an outstanding program you guys have here, and it's a great idea that you're going to bring it out maybe to a younger generation, where try to teach them the health and the eating habits, and try to change them a little bit, not in a bad way, but for a better way, because the kids are the future. They're coming up and stuff, and we have an 11-year-old, so my wife and I, we try to teach her as much as we can, and a program like yours is outstanding. When she first found out about it, she wanted to get in on it. Talked to my wife about it. She was on board. I found out about it myself. I said, yeah, if she's in it, we got to support her 100%. So we came out when we found out we were coming out here to Hermosa. We were here last night. We're here all day until you guys are done. So we just have to, it was the other competitor, coming out of Arizona. It's not down the street, and that's kudos to the group. They were outstanding. It was a very close. It was tied in the beginning. They had to take their tiebreaker, and from what we found out, this is the first of everything that was going on. Everything was.
Yeah, you're here for a very historic event.
Exactly.
First time that we've ever had a tie and a tiebreaker that's happened. I think it was the best one that we've ever had. Honestly, really, really cool.
Now, are you finding your kid educating you on all the kinds of things when you go to the grocery store?
Yes, actually, that is a very important question, because I find as parents, sometimes we don't know. We don't have the resources, or we don't get the information, so we don't know how to teach our children. And I think this program provides a great opportunity for the child to teach the parent, and the parent learns, and they can grow from there. So I think it's great, and we've done a lot of changes.
So in other words, are you noticing that the knowledge that's seeping into the family, you're starting to make different choices with your food? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, of course. More natural sugars and less processed sugars. And like I said, it's a lot of resource nowadays. We live in the fast life, fast food and stuff. And I think this is a great program to, have the parents and the child learn together. So thank you, Operation Tona.
Thank you, guys.
Gosh, it is so cool.
Well, this podcast is wildly whimsical.
So I have an idea for a book called Luberta the Bear.
Thank you so much for creating that. That was lovely. Really appreciated hearing that. I put this podcast out, and it's kind of crazy that there's people like you who really support it and clearly are making up your own stuff for it too. So thanks so much, and keep on listening, and let me know if you have any feedback. I'm definitely open to it. Thank you again.
Wow, that was so cool. That was Tiffany from Work in Progress podcast. That was in response to a theme song that I left in the messages section, which I've been talking about. There must have been there are about 60 podcasts on Anchor at this point that I have left theme songs for. And by theme songs, I mean just whatever's coming off the top of my head at that moment. So, very rarely is it any more than just one take. Because I want to get that spark. Now, sometimes when I'm in the middle of singing it, I go, oh, now this would be a fun line. I wish I would have added that. So then I go back and I re-record and I add an extra line. Work in Progress podcast got back to me. Now, this is what's interesting. A lot of times, like I must have left that song maybe 2 weeks ago or so. So some of these podcasters are just now realizing that they have... there's like a little message thing in there where you can listen to messages and also utilize them in your podcasts. Now, who knows? Maybe a lot of these podcasters have heard them, but have decided not to utilize the theme songs. It's exciting to hear these folks add the theme song to their podcast. And oh yeah, over the Thread podcast, they utilized my theme song on their. They had a great podcast all about. They're reading all these Amazon reviews. See, folks, if you're kind of itching to do a podcast, but you're not really sure what to do. I mean, there are so many choices. So many choices. You could call one the library podcast, and it's you going to a library and picking out a random book off the shelf, opening up to a random page, and, make it a true audience participation thing even. You could say, hey, librarian, what section do you think would be fun for me to wander around in today? And then, maybe she says, history. So you go, okay, cool. And then you go to someone who's in the library and you go, oh, pardon me, sir, pardon me, ma'am. I'm going into the history section. I'm going to find a book. Are there any you suggest? And then bam. Then you find that book. And then you go over to another person. You go, excuse me, sir or ma'am. Can you please pick, you check out the page count. Can you please pick a page between 1 and 250 or whatever? Bam. And there you go. You got your podcast. There it is. And then you read. Read a couple of pages. Read as long as you can. Read until you don't want to anymore. Read until you get bored. Bam, there it is. There's a podcast. And you just do that. The library podcast. How cool would that be? So, there are tons of things. And by participating, by collaborating, everything just gets brighter and brighter and more inspiring. We all want to be inspired. We love being inspired. We love being excited. We love being enthused. And when we have excuses to really let loose on those ideas and to talk with others who are doing the same, wow, you can really, really get it rocking. Really get it rocking. This next song that I'm going to play for you guys to continue with the theme of the Operation Tone Up extravaganza, I'm going to play for you, and also now that I think about it, in the vein of making theme songs, this is the Mr. Tone Operation Tone Up theme song. I rap, sing on it, so to speak, and also I do all of the male voices in there that you hear. And then Lawrence August wrote it, and then the Beat Royalty Group with Ado and Chris, those guys, and V is the gal in there, the gal voice. And so those two guys, Chris and Ado, they concocted the music. And without further ado, the Operation Tone Up theme song.
Thrown into the jungles of Knowledge Island,
one ordinary man was left to perish, were it not for the guidance of a mysterious civilization. They did more than nurse him back to health. They gave him the solution.
Years ago, Mr. Tone was flying high in the sky. The wind had blown, the plane was thrown. He had to jump for his life. His parachute stuck in a tree. He was battered and beat. Knowledge Island was the place, and he had new friends to meet.
Fittest,
Chargy,
Flex,
Vita,
and Ice.
They said we're here and we can keep you from the not so good guys.
Fittest,
Chargy,
Flex,
Vita,
and Ice.
They said we're here and we can keep you from the not so good guys. With the knowledge in his pockets, he was ready to leave. But Mr. Tone don't work alone, he needs his tone-up team. So he loaded up his boat, said let's go for a ride. He knew too well the friends that he would always need by his side.
Fittest,
Chargy,
Flex,
Vita,
and Ice.
They said we're here and we can keep you from the not-so-good guys.
Fittest,
Chargy,
Flex,
Vita,
and Ice.
They said we're here and we can keep you from the not-so-good guys.